I think modern day dating is so much harder today due to social media. The influence of social media and the pressure, you see so much, and you see this one thing, all you see is all these photos of what it could be. And then women have this high expectation that that's what they want and that's what it should be. But in reality, that's not really what it is. You know, relationships are not like what they used to be back in the day, like with our grandparents, like how our grandparents stayed together for 60 plus years. They got married at a young age, stayed together. Of course, I'm sure Papa cheated and did what he did, but they still stuck it out and stayed together. I think social media is a huge influence on a pain point for dating today.
You don't even have to go out to meet somebody now. Now you can go on their page or research them, and you know how girls do. They do the investigation where it's Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, you know. And they even have that T group now. There's no like patience until getting to know somebody anymore. Like, the approach is not, let me go out and bump into somebody and get to know them. It's like, let me go on social media and figure this guy out just from pictures or videos or something like that. You go off what you see, you know, at least it looks to be deceiving. And once you do that, now your mind is thinking one way. It's like, oh, I want this. This dude's going on trips. He got on the best dress. You know, now I'm going off what I see and not really getting to know that person. So it's like I want to do the things that I see on your profile. I've been in that kind of situation where a girl will be looking at a couple online and seeing, you know, different videos of them going out to eat, or him buying her roses and cooking dinners and just being just romantic, right? 100% romantic. And then she come home and look at you like, oh, I want that. You know, I want it right now. I want it every day. I want it on my birthday. And then when you actually present it, like I've done, it's just like, it's not as happy as it was for the people that was online. They engage more with them online than what you have in real life. So it's like, I appreciate what you have in real life because I don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to wine and dine. I don't have to show you romance, you know? But when a guy does it, I don't think the woman fully appreciates it because it's not done like it was online.
I think one of the biggest issues with modern day dating is that you initially meet the person's representative. You don't really meet who they are at the core. You meet who they want you to see.
Right. So the profile, the online profile.
Yeah, you meet the online profile.
Yeah.
So they got the white picket fence, the dog. They have the stable income.
Right.
That's the biggest. Since we're in a social media oriented era, people take what they see first, face value, instead of actually digging deep down and dating or trying to be each other's friends or asking the hard questions up front so that you can kind of determine if you want to waste any more time with this person. People think that they're supposed to be a perfect person. We're going to always get along. Things are going to be lollipops and candy when that's not the case. You're going to have the hard conversations, the hard moments. Everybody goes through a different trial and tribulation at some period in their life. And I feel like social media sometimes kind of gives the idea that, okay, I can find somebody else and just restart this cycle until the cycle is not cycling. It makes it harder to kind of keep things together, especially if you are fighting. I guess the other end of that stick is you get so many people that are so used to certain things that they just stick it out and don't even realize that they've become accustomed to the things that they shouldn't become accustomed to. And now they're just numb. Right. So when other people point it out, it becomes a defense when they speak on it, opposed to okay, let me self-reflect and kind of see what the actual issue is in order to fix it and get better. The hard conversations that's where the growth comes from. Yeah. People like to say all the time, you won't give your friend multiple chances, but you'll give that man and you'll give that woman multiple chances. Yeah. But the difference between a relationship is that I chose you as my friend. Yeah. And I was in a space with you different than a relationship. I'm trying to see if we're compatible still. Right. So of course I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna clock that. I'm gonna write that down in my notes. I'm gonna see what I can and can't tolerate and what I will and will not compromise on. But as my friend, you're supposed to be my ride or die, my backbone. I'm supposed to be able to talk to you about anything with no judgment, and we got each other's back. If you betray that at any point, then how am I supposed to build from that and trust? Because I chose you to be this confidant. Yeah. I'm still trying to figure this confidant out. I don't know just yet if this one's gonna be here forever. But I know I chose you to be my best friend forever. Right. So I think people, they lose sight of that. Yeah. and they don't understand, okay, sometimes you need to be a person's friend and analyze in order to see if that's where you want to go when it comes to the next step relationship. I've had a relationship where we were friends first, then we got into a relationship, then we realized it didn't work. We're still friends today.
See, and that's how it's supposed to be.
But I've also had relationships where we got into a relationship, we weren't friends first. And I mean, I would throw gasoline on them if they was on fire. So it just depends. Like when you build that foundation, and typically people don't want to wait. So when you are trying to be in a relationship, it's most of the long-lasting relationships are the ones you didn't expect.
Yeah, that's true.
And so it's when you build a friendship, it may not happen right now, but you may be friends with this person for 3, 5, 10 years, and then on 10 years and one day, they're like, you know what? I think we are compatible.
Yeah,
we should try it out, and then now it lasts forever. Most people try to take the failures from the prior relationship and redirect them to the current relationship.
Yeah.
And then when the current relationship fails, they just complete the same cycle instead of trying to figure out what they want.
Right.
So once you figure out kind of what you want for yourself, it makes it a lot easier to find what you're looking for.
Men shouldn't be so greedy. It's like when you choose something, like usually you only can just grab one or something, right? You just grab one. When you start getting multiple, you're getting greedy.
Yeah.
So if you train yourself to be like, I only need one, and have that mindset of this is what I want and this is what I'm focused on, you don't lose it.
Yeah.
And that's what men, I feel like we're more loyal to the woman.
Yeah.
Than the woman is to the man, because like again, it goes back to the mother.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't have 3 mamas. I didn't have 2 mamas. I didn't have that. So when I get a woman, that's my woman. Like that's who I'm going to take care of and be with.
Yeah.
I think when you're a lot younger, the pressure is not so much because you may not want something as serious, when you're that young, or if you're in college and you're still dating. But for a more mature person that's dating someone, I think the biggest thing is being honest with one another and letting them know upfront what you want. That way, nobody is misled in the situation. So you give the other person the option to do what they want. If you know that upfront that you want threesomes, you need to tell them that upfront. So that gives them the option to pick or choose if that's what they want to do.
I feel like more men need to go talk to their moms. And the reason I say that is because lately I've come across a lot of men that blame women for certain things. And I'm like, maybe if you went and talked to your mom a little bit more, and not ask your mom like about being a parent, but ask in regards to how was it dating before you met my dad?
Yeah.
How did you maneuver through life, like as a woman trying to date? Or how did you do it with kids? I feel like if more men went and asked their mom in certain scenarios when it comes to their lives, that they would have a better understanding and know kind of how to choose women better, or choose women according to what they want. Because I feel like a lot of men just jump into the water and start looking instead of trying to understand before choosing.
Okay.
Because I mean, ultimately, a man who finds a wife finds a good thing. They're looking for us.
Yeah.
So how do you know what you're looking for if you ultimately don't know what you're looking for? Most women went through all cycles of life by the time you are a mature man, able to really date intentionally. So when you ask your mother kind of those things that she endured and that she went through, what she did and did not like, then you're able to understand. Plus, you're able to get an aged perspective.
Right.
Because 9 times out of 10, your mama dad in the 70s and 80s. It's way different back then than what it is now. So it would be nice to bring back some of the traditional values.
First, I think a woman should love herself. A lot of women jump into relationships and don't really love themselves sometimes, and then they try to look for that out of the guy, like teaching them how to, what love is. A lot of women are not taught love. Man, we taught love. We love our moms, right?
Yeah.
So our moms are the first one we love, and they show us everything: how to respect a woman, how to treat a woman, how to do for a woman. Like most women are not taught that in the household because they are raised by moms, and sometimes the dad is not there. The dad is at work all day, or the dad didn't exist, so they don't know how to treat a man. So we're teaching them how to treat us and love us, and then that's where the patience come in at. I don't know how to disrespect a woman. Like all I know is how to give love. I have a daughter, so that's all I know how to give out love, and then we want to reciprocate it from our woman because that's supposed to be my person. Once they love themselves and they figure out what they truly want and the guy that they're with, and appreciate the guy that they're with, that will go forever. Just like our grannies and grandpas, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like a forever love thing is like knowing your person. But before you know your person, you need to know yourself. A woman knows herself, that's responsible, has personality, that, you know, how to jump off the porch and engage with people. Like, I don't like the Sadidi woman that's just so quiet, don't know how to talk to people, or like just engage in a conversation like we're adults. Like, I like a person that come into a door and we speak. Hey, how you doing? My name is such and such. Like, we had an event, something like that. I don't like the ones that go sit cute in the corner and don't want to say nothing to nobody.
Yeah.
And someone got to come over and break the ice with you. Like, no, I don't like that.
The women's side, how can women show up better in today's modern day dating?
Learn and understand yourself. And you know what you want, and you know what you're trying to attain, and where you're trying to go, and where you're growing to. It makes it so much easier to date because you say no a lot quicker. You say yes a lot quicker. Your discernment is a lot better, and you're able to kind of decipher what's good for you, what's not good for you, and you're able to understand what it is that you're actually looking for in that moment. Some women want to just date. They don't want to be in a relationship just yet. They just want to date. So when you understand that you want to date, you can be more upfront with that when you're with a guy and just be like, hey, I'm just trying to learn what I like. I don't know if I like you yet. I don't know if I want to be in a relationship. I just want to know what I like when I'm dating so that I know what to look for and what questions to ask, because you can't obtain experience without actually experiencing what you're looking for. So I think it's better to learn and understand yourself, because like me being divorced, it wasn't until I left my ex-husband that I realized, oh, okay, you really be popping it. Like, you kind of fly. You kind of, you fire. So when you are able to walk into your womanhood and understand who you are, it just makes it so much better, and it makes your options a lot better.